Away. Get out of there.
Yeah, let's see if it'll automatically retweet this time. Do. Let's see the tweet. Give me the tweet. I'll do it manually. TVGP episode 444 live. Do twitch.tv/E1M1 network. Boop. Okay. Of course, now that we just went live, I have to go to the bathroom. Hey, Dimebag.
Yeah, I should probably open up chat. TWRITCH. You know, I hate it just goes into this giant box. I don't want the giant box. I want the little box. No, it gets bouncing right back to the chat room. Son of a... Alright, let's go about it this way.
How do you like this? Oh, man.
Peanut butter and penicillin. Oh,
So dumb.
so good. Yeah, I bought these new things called Pepper Delights.
Oh, automatically sounds pretty good.
Well,
Well,
they're a thing. They are little yellow peppers, like little short guys. Why do you get so bright in here?
in there?
Yeah, like I don't remember it being so bright over in this corner.
That looks good.
All right. Anyway, and they're a piece of provolone wrapped in prosciutto and some pickling juice.
Okay.
Except provolone doesn't do well when it's wet.
That's what I was
Like,
just going to say.
It turns kind of chalky.
Yeah.
So you bite in expecting, I would say, a fresh mozzarella style
Sure.
texture in there, and it's just not.
The provolone is supposed to be firmer.
Yeah. Well, at least have like a Swiss, like something that has a bite to it.
Yeah, a little bit give.
This like is like crumbly,
Yeah.
almost like a feta, but it doesn't taste like a feta.
That's very strange.
It is strange. I got a whole jar of them to eat now.
Shit. Start feeding them to the dog.
Yeah, I know the rational response is, well, you could just not eat them, but
Yeah, but you spent money on them.
exactly.
I have to eat them now.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Alright, do I have everything I've been playing? Yeah.
Let's see.
I think that's it. Yeah. Alright, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Oh my God, it stinks. Oh.
What have I done?
Oh, my whatchamacallit came. My Jaws poster.
Ooh, nice.
So I'm just racking up things that need to get framed.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
excuse
man, that is rank.
me.
And I am just beat from golf on Saturday. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was 40 degrees when we left.
Ooh.
And man, I hit one bad shot and it just rattled my bones.
Ooh.
And my fingers, my phalanges, just,
My ticklers. Not right.
no. It just, they're sore. Yeah, so we hit a heat wave. By the time we were done, it was 44 degrees.
Ooh. Lucky you.
And
Well,
then
that
today,
sweatshirt.
beautiful.
Yeah, of course.
It was miserable.
Yeah.
But my new golf shoes worked out all right.
Oh, nice.
Bought a new pair of golf shoes since I had a choice on what brand to buy.
Right.
That just sucked. So, not all. Not all. I got to put some orthotics in it because I got to get my heel up just a little bit. So, my little sides are. That's why I always like the way Nike shoes are cut, even though they're a little narrower for my feet.
Hmm.
But like they're cut just like underneath where my ankle bone, little
Right.
ankle nubs.
Your ankle bumps.
So normally, so usually like on shoes like New Balance are just a little higher and they just kind of rub.
Oh, I hate that so much.
Yeah,
It's like the
and I wear
most
those.
first world problem.
Yeah, like
My
and I wear
shoes fit too well.
and I wear those little socks like the little no-show socks, and they're just not. It's just not like they're just the shoe itself is too high and that fabric is like real coarse.
Hey,
So-
Trevor McD.
So yeah, so I got those. I got a new pair of Nike trainers. They are oh my god, those are mobile. I can grab those. Hold on. Oh,
I have a little bit of shoe cast here. Check, check, check. All right. That was weird.
oops, come on.
I just realized Knobs doesn't have any text for his name. Let's do that.
Oh.
Add source. Text.
All right, so
Oop,
check
that's really
out
big.
how fugly these shoes are.
What the heck?
Yeah, that is a light tan, teal trim, even on the heel, and it has this gum black.
Oh, wow.
Like those are just rank, right?
Yeah.
Like those are horrendous. I love them.
How do I make this smaller? Nope, that's opacity. Nope, that's a script. Alright, hold on. Everyone's watching me edit this this thing live. There we go.
Do everything live anymore.
Live to tape.
That's right.
There we go. Now you have your name over you.
I do.
Yep.
Where is it? Is it here?
Nope, right below you.
Or is it here? It's there.
There, right there. Thank you, Vanna. Is Vanna White still on,
Of course she is.
yeah?
We're gonna parade that corpse off till it falls apart.
Oh, God. Alright, you ready to start this thing?
Mm,
No.
eh.
I don't wanna.
I did succumb to the impulse. I did subscribe to HBO.
Yeah.
I had to.
I mean, it's not
'Cause I was
TV.
so-
It's HBO.
Yeah. I was so tired of being nixed out of the HBO Go because of too many people watching at the same time. So I circumvented that by
By giving them your money.
spending the money myself.
I mean, at some
Like I
point,
should.
the value proposition was clearly there when you're upset that you can't use HBO Go.
Yes.
So at least
Well, not only
you're earning, not earning the money, but you're using that pretty
I am,
clearly.
and I've been watching a lot of HBO.
Yeah.
I was surprised I caught Vision Quest and Raising Arizona
Oh, weird.
on on the movie channels now. Is it me that's blocky, or is it just you?
It was, you were a little choppy, but you're
See,
fine now.
I look perfect in my little box.
Yeah. Well, it's very small, so it's like the Game Boy Micro.
It is, but
The stream looks okay, so
okay.
should be okay.
All right. I guess I probably should have got some water while I was down there, but fuck it. I feel another fart coming. I don't want to.
Just cork it. Save yourself.
I can't. Ah, it's out.
It's gonna
It's
be
out
bad.
there now.
It happened.
It's nothing
Hashtag
you can do
blessed.
about it. Don't be afraid of it.
Nothing you do, just open a window.
I could do that, but everyone's mowing their lawn today.
Well, and we don't want that cardboard to attack you again.
Oh, it did happen last week, yeah, didn't
Yeah,
it? At least I saw it coming this time.
that's true. True. All right, you ready to kick this thing off?
Yeah, it is propped well.
Oh yeah, girl.
Yeah, I'm mad propping skills.
This show is so dumb.
Oh my god, I forgot about that joke on in Silicon Valley where the guy's son was like, "What about that douchebag that smiles with his both his bottom teeth, top and bottom teeth?" And everyone's just like, "It's like a lunatic."
That's amazing. I gotta watch this show.
And everyone's trying to do like the mouth movement. It's just,
I like when shows do dumb shit like that.
that show was surprisingly good. I
Yeah.
mean, like I wasn't really expecting it to be as much fun as it was, but
I'll have to check it out.
got caught up just in time because they're gonna start a new season
Oh, nice.
right after Game of Thrones. Hooray!
Oh, there it is. All right, you ready?
Sure.
All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me, as always, Mr. Knobs.
What's up?
Beta programming news here at the beginning. TVGP, Pup, and Dynamic Soundtrack are now on Google Play Music Podcasts. That's a thing
Really?
that has too many names altogether. But if you have Google Play Music, apparently there are podcasts now, and we are in the first wave. So if you have
Nice.
something that supports that, you can get TVGP now. And enjoy that on yet another device that I probably can't track the numbers for. But thank you for listening. I appreciate it. All right, let's get right into it. Knobs, what have you been playing?
Alrighty, so we had another successful Monday night game night. We played Left 4 Dead 2.
Naturally.
What? I forgot what map we played.
Was
I
it
should write this up down.
the Death Toll?
No,
Oh.
well, we ended up playing Death Toll on Friday night, but we'll get to that. Yeah, like all the stars keep coming out to play, and it's still just it's a lot of fun. But alas, we decided to do a Friday night free for all. So we did. We had made sure everyone had the DLC downloaded. We played Death Toll, which is still one of the best maps in that game.
It's so good.
Oh, it's amazing. And even let's see, Tomsy, Scott, Donnie, and myself. We played just a solo round, just the four of us. Pounded through Death Toll, no problem, until we got to the cabin, and things went sideways relatively quickly.
Where dreams go to die.
Well, yeah, and it's like, because I'm still in like, in go mode, and I keep turning around, and everyone is still like poking around, like looking at the flowers. Oh my God, what's this? What's over in this corner? I was like, guys, we played this before.
Zombies are in that corner.
Come on, can we go? Can we
Yeah.
go? Come on. So, oh my God, what was it? Monday night. I forgot about Monday night. So Monday night was a pretty ruthless match. We played the second map. I forgot which one that one's called.
Parish?
It might be the Parish. It's the bridge. The one that ends at the bridge.
Oh, okay. Named for a good reason.
Yeah. So we get through first round, all four of our survivors made it.
Oh.
And obviously motivation was low on the other side.
Right.
And, I think only one or two of them No, they made it to the safe room, but they didn't get to close the door. So we ended up with all the bonus points and stuff. So we had a little bit around there. So we were up first because we were ahead. We got to the run to shut off the siren at the top of the bus station because
Oh,
why
right.
not? Through the CDC thing and blah blah blah, the hazmat trailer.
Yeah.
Uh, we got to that point. We didn't make it to the end of that one, so then it became uh, oh, or was it? I don't remember. One of the nights I had to crown a witch, and I did it like flawlessly.
Oh,
And
really?
that's like just killing a witch before she has a chance to get up and knock you down.
Yeah.
So, and it was like a really really good placed witch that I knew it was there, so I grabbed a shotgun. I'm like, look, I gotta take care of this witch, or we're screwed.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. So grab a shotgun, you go boom boom boom, and you just hear just like the collective ugh from the coming from the opposition side.
They, it's always
Like,
great when you can see the witch and you're like, man, that's a perfect spot. They're never gonna see it. It's gonna get nope, they're dead. Crap.
yeah, oh, the witch is down like
Yeah.
instantly, which is still one of the most satisfying things to do in Left 4 Dead is you just obliterated this major obstacle
Yeah.
because usually when there's a witch, she creates so much chaos.
Hmm.
Because if you have four special infected that are like grab oriented, you can wipe the team in like
Yeah.
a really fair sweep. If one character's down, because usually you get a hindrance character and three grab characters is typically how you spawn in special infected. Well, I mean hindrance character, you're either going to be a boomer or a spitter, anything that, or a charger. Charger's kind of mixed bag.
Yeah.
Um, that's going to slow down the progression of the group of this group of survivors. But if you have one character incapacitated, you have a chance to hit him with a jockey, a smoker, a hunter, or a charger, to where that person is completely helpless
Yeah. You lock
if
them down for a
everyone
little
else
bit.
is handled. So, man, this game is fun. Um, But yeah, so we had a good round that night. I think we only played one, and then on Friday night we played Death Toll, like just the four of us at first, and then Holly and Ian joined us, and we were able to start pulling some versus modes. We played Death Toll again, and then we played Dead Air,
Oh.
and I have forgotten how cool that plane crashing in
Yeah.
that finale level is. Like just the stuff going on in those levels it's great.
Yeah.
It's absolutely great. But at that point, everyone has been run raw with the amount of common and the difference in common between teams. So then it turned into, well, now we don't remember why we stopped playing that game.
Right. Oh, right. The
I still
common.
have fun. I love playing that game. I don't care
Yeah.
what anyone says.
Even when
The,
it's
the
imbalanced, I
commons
mean,
the common's a known quantity.
yeah.
And I understand that it just detracts from the fun having your progression and your mobility slowed when you're getting hit from behind. That you cannot get away from these things.
I mean, if they weren't there, though, it'd be like two speedrunners competing.
Well, yeah. Oh, I had a great speed run. It was in Dead Air. So I was in front of the team. They were up on the catwalk on the second level. Where you go down, you go through the little things, and you go out the catwalk into one of those open warehouses, and you have to push the alarm to open the door. So, of course, a tank spawns, and I
Naturally.
screamed like a little girl. And I just went full survival mode and just went for it. And as like I don't know who was the tank at that time. They completely missed me right in front of them. I just kind of went zoink and went around them, and then just went for it. While
Yeah.
everyone in the team's like screaming about they were getting, I'm hunted, I'm smoked, I'm pounced, blah 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 blah, and I'm just like real silently just going,
Just crawling away.
just going up over the over the train cars into the safe room, and everyone's like, "Why isn't this? Where's Knobs? I'm in the safe room."
Alone in the safe room, just hee.
Yep.
Hey man, you gotta get those points. Gotta lock those points
So
in.
I was shocked that I had zero resistance getting there either. It was
Yeah.
like it was so eerily quiet as I'm running through the tunnels to get over to the safe room. But so then we had the next one. Everyone was frustrated with the train car, and then the finale scene just became everyone just kind of lost it. Like getting the pinch points and dragging people back and trying to instant kill people, and then emotions were real low by the end of that night.
Yeah.
Everyone had been worn out with that game. Hopefully, I'll bring some people back for Monday night
Yeah,
because I
once
still love playing this game.
you take a couple days, take a breather, play some Katamari.
Yeah, I agree. Get cleanse the palate.
Yeah.
And just have fun with it.
Yeah.
So on Friday night, we ended up playing a couple rounds of Battlefield 4 after that, just to satiate some game time apparently.
Yeah.
Um,
Variety
and
is the
again,
spice of life.
that game still has that craziness to it.
Yeah.
Like I like something about jets randomly crashing into stuff just doesn't get old. Or just as you're running through the maps where you just see helicopters spinning off and then tanks jumping, four-wheelers everywhere. Like it does that stuff so well. I just wish there was more to it. I mean, I think we have milked that piece of cheese for every piece of milk, every piece of water in it.
Well, I mean,
every bit.
I think you've squeezed probably as much content as one possibly could for a pretty small amount of money comparatively. The value proposition there is pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way about Borderlands. I mean,
Yeah.
like I've eked out every bit of value I could possibly get out of those franchise games. Like those are like my little warm blanket that I wear.
Yeah.
With that being said, the Battleborn beta ended, and I'm so bummed I didn't get to play it this week.
Oh. I'm
Like I go to
surprised
fire it
that
up,
you
it
really
says,
dug that game.
really?
It just doesn't seem like... Well, I guess when you put it together, a Gearbox-developed first-person shooter that's competitive co-op. Yeah, I guess that kind of is up your alley.
Yeah, I mean if there is an alley for me, you competitive co-op is like that's my dream.
Yeah, my
Like I
alley
love
is
competitive co-op.
Battleborn Boulevard.
Yes, that's right up that alley for
Yeah.
me. Um, and I'm really excited to play a game. I pre-ordered it,
Nice. Got to get those costumes.
and I did. Well, I don't care about the costumes, but
I just every time I see
I'm-
anything
I-
about Battleborn or I get an email, it's like pre-order, get these exclusives. They're gold or they're black or some of them are even
Well-
gray. It's like, well, okay, all right. Your character designs are strong. I don't really need a lot of skins.
yeah, that's not really, and that isn't what motivated me to buy. It's my excitement for that game is why I pre-ordered it,
Yeah.
and that's where I'm just like, yes.
When does that come out?
And
Next month? June?
Not next week, the week after.
Oh wow, so
2
super
weeks.
soon.
Like May 3rd, I think.
Wow.
I think. Let me check the calendar now. Dang it. Yeah, the 3rd, May 3rd.
Wow. Crazy.
So I'll be excited to play that game.
Yeah.
Um,
Your newest addiction.
and but one can only hope.
So many bars to fill. You already have so many
Yes.
bars in that game, so you're good. Good to fill each and every
Yeah.
one of them.
But I really only played one character with it so far.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to jumping in and see what all these crazy things do.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of varied gameplay, which I think could be a lot of fun for a group. Like I'm sure people would just gravitate towards the heavies or the melee based or the ranged attackers.
Yeah.
Like it has like so many different variations of the same class that it's like, wow, this could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's what I've always seen as the strength of MOBAs is, each game could have 75 characters, but you can find the one or two characters that's like, oh, this is a heavy ranged support. And it's like, yeah, there's something about that I really love. Now I have like 2 or 3 characters I can play with in this kind of style.
Yeah, it seems a lot like Evolve times 5.
Right.
I mean, it's exactly what it is.
Boy, poor
except
Evolve.
without one person being the tank.
Yeah.
But yeah, so on an interesting side note, I was going through my downloadable games and I saw Portal still alive was available to
Oh yeah.
download, and yeah, I got through most of Portal before I became nauseated.
Oh.
Um, it was the launch yourself up the ramps thing, and I kept for some reason my brain couldn't quick. Like, so I go through this one, I come back up this one really high, go back in through this one, shoot this one, but I shot the wrong portal
I do
and I
that
land
every
on the
time.
floor. And I'm like,
And I'm just standing
dang
there
it.
looking at the floor like, God, you just had to push the other button. There's only two
Yes.
buttons.
Yeah, there's two buttons and you managed to screw this up.
Yeah.
Good
God,
job.
it gets me every time.
So I don't know if that's like the 13th or 14th level, but you know I played through most. I was on the phone most of the time, so I did not really catching up with what GLaDOS said most of the time. So
Yeah.
those puzzles are still great.
Yeah.
It is, and it's been long enough that some of them, like I honestly didn't remember how to beat them.
Yeah.
Like I really had to sit there and think about what was going on, and man, those little turrets killed me like 4 times in this one. I was like, I could swear I was out there line of sight here.
Those things are
Then realized,
brutal in that first
yeah,
one.
oh yeah, you have like almost an instant to get out of the way,
Yeah.
and you cannot run out of cover fire because they are on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I managed to screw up a few times and put portal myself right in front of one. You're like, oh. Or those ones where you had to deflect the energy balls going everywhere.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Yeah, like I completely forgot about those too. It's like, so I'm going to do what?
Yeah.
Okay, companion cube, let's go for a walk.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I don't know if I can handle this, but
Yeah.
you know, still something. And I've been slowly banging my way through Marvel Avengers Academy mobile
I've been
game
playing a
thing.
lot of that.
So
Playing, quote unquote, I guess.
yeah, doing that, touching stuff, filling bars. You know,
Who's your latest
huge.
person you've unlocked?
No one. Oh, Black Widow. I
Okay.
finally just unlocked Black Widow,
Yeah.
and now Vision's popping up in the world a little bit. So I imagine he's the next one.
Vision was? That's weird.
Really, you don't have Vision? Like I have, like I looked at
No.
my like character, the quick unlock things. Like I have Vision and then Spider Woman.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I can. I ignore the ones that you have to outright buy. Like Vision, Spider Woman, Quake, and the Hulk seem to be the ones that are like, spend $20, you can get another character. I haven't spent any money in this game so far.
No, I haven't either, but yeah, I'm just looking to save up whatever coins I have to unlock them that way
Yeah.
versus spending money.
I'm a little sad that the Guardians of the Galaxy. I just got a pop up on my phone that said like, "Hey, there's only 3 days left." I just unlocked Gamora,
Uh,
and she's all gothed out, so it's kind of cool.
she does seem like a goth.
Yeah,
Tell me they gave her black lipstick.
they might have. I'll have to look. Um, but yeah, I think that game is super cool, and I I think it's really great that you can play a pretty significant amount of that game without spending any money. But I want to spend some money to get some of the cool characters like Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spend like $20 a character.
No, is that how much it is?
If I remember correctly, let's look here while we're chatting. If I remember correctly, it was quite a bit of money to unlock each character, because basically they want you to buy, unlock them using these, what are energy
The coins?
crystals or whatever.
Or is it the crystals? I thought it was the coins.
Now those are to like unlock stuff in your actual game, like how you can normally do it. All right, let's look at characters. We can unlock Quake. So Quake is 500 crystals, or shards. Sorry, 550 shards is $10. So that's not so bad. If we look at something like War Machine, he's 500. Vision is 1,000. So Vision is 1,200 shards is $20. So basically, Vision is $20, and Spider Woman is 250. So that's a lot less money.
Why would you have me look at this? Now I'm playing it.
I know that's That's the horrible part about it. But like, the thing that's interesting is I can deal with a lot of stuff where it's like, so for people that haven't played Marvel Avengers Academy, basically you have one of your Avengers, one of your Marvel characters, go to one of the buildings on your campus and go do something, and it could be a minute long, it could be all the way up to 8 hours long. And if you don't want to wait for that thing to complete, you can spend the crystals to make that happen, the energy shards or whatever. I don't mind that so much because that's fairly standard mobile free to play stuff where it's like, don't want to wait, spend a little bit of money. But I want to unlock all the Avengers. I want to get Vision. Vision seems pretty cool. I want to get the Hulk. He'll help me clear out more debris. But spending money on characters like that doesn't seem. It doesn't seem like it'd be worth it, really.
Oh no, did I just spend 3 crystals? Shoot.
It's so easy.
I did it by accident.
Well, that's okay. Every time you level up, you get like 4 or 5 shards. So.
Yeah, but I only have 36.
Wow, I have like 3. Every once in a while I get impatient where it's like, ugh, fine, I'll just spend a crystal. Ugh.
Alright, Stark's doing something. Ooh, Black Widow can do something. What are you doing to me? Alright, go on that. How much to take?
Is that
An
all
hour.
you've been playing
Good.
this week? I'm done for another couple hours.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing this week. It's just...
All right, I've played a lot more Enter the Gungeon, not only for the videos I'm putting up on YouTube, but also on PS4. I've now killed the past of all the 4 main characters, which they're all done really, really well. I'm not going to spoil any of them, but each one of them does not only sort of seals the story for each one of the characters, which they never beat you over the head with, but each one of them takes the basic gameplay of Enter the Gungeon and changes it up a little bit, especially the pilot one. I've unlocked all the secret characters, which, again, it's been out for like 2 weeks, so I'm not going to spoil anything. All of them are really great. I just had, before we started recording, I had an incredibly overpowered run where I think I had... So the neat thing about Enter the Gungeon is all the characters start with 3 hearts, and every time you flawless a boss, so anytime you beat a boss without getting hit at all, they give you a health upgrade.
Really?
So by the time I had gotten down to the bottom, I was running at, it was 8 health and 9 armor. So I was ready, I was rolling in there pretty serious. And then of course I choked on a boss I hadn't seen before. But man, Enter the Gungeon is so great. I'm still unlocking stuff. I'm still seeing new stuff. I'm still finding new ways to combine items. I really, really like Enter the Gungeon. And the PS4 version hasn't gotten the first patch yet. They released it and then ran into a really critical problem right away, so they had to pull the patch back. But if you have a PC and you're interested in this game, or if you're interested in roguelikes or roguelites at all, Enter the Gungeon is a really great place to start. I think I've been saying this for a little bit, but this is one of those games where Binding of Isaac might be your second game that you want to play. That would have previously been my recommendation. My recommendation for roguelikes to your first one is always going to be ToeJam and Earl. It's like $1 on Steam, and that's probably one of the simplest roguelikes you could ever play. And if you like that, go pick up Enter the Gungeon, go pick up Binding of Isaac, and all those. It's so great, and it's so incredibly well designed, and every time I unlock a new gun, there's some sort of gun-related pun with them that I cannot get over. One of the guns I'm looking to unlock next, it looks like it's the rocket launcher from the most recent Shadow Warrior, the Yari launcher.
Right.
So I'm going to unlock that next. So that should be pretty great. I unlocked the black hole gun. The subtitle on that gun is "Won't You Come," which is great. And like that's Enter the Gungeon. It's the joke in the subreddit right now. It's lovingly referred to as Enter the Pungeon, because every single gun is some sort of hilarious pun. And I just, in the same way that I love Binding of Isaac, I can't get enough of that game. And they have a lot of great ideas for how to expand it. They say they have some ideas how to do daily runs, and I think that's going to help a ton. But yeah, go buy Enter the Gungeon. It's great. PC, PS4, go buy it. I also played a little bit more Risk of Rain on PS4, and that game's still super great. But I think I never realized how feast or famine that game can really be. Where Enter the Gungeon, you can still, your skill can take you farther than maybe your equipment can. With Risk of Rain, if you don't get good enough items, or you're not getting enough money to unlock items throughout your playthrough, that's really like no skill can really beat the increase in difficulty as that game continues to go on. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's one of that game's strengths, because if you can scoop up a bunch of really powerful items all at once, then that's a game that you can just steamroll over once you can sort of get stuff that really piles on top of each other. Again, highly recommend that. That's on PC. That's on PS4 for $10, and it's cross-buy on Vita. And it runs like a dream. Unlike Enter the Gungeon, that has some frame rate issues here and there on PS4. And last but not least, I played some Bravely Second. That came out not last week, but the week before.
All these games sound the same.
What was that?
Bravely Second. What was the other one? Something Default. And
Yeah,
then...
it's the sequel to Bravely Default.
Okay.
And you can see behind me, it's the absolutely giant special edition. It's as large as the Pip-Boy special edition right next to it.
Oh, jeez.
It's... So, Bravely Second is really weird, because it's very much... It takes that framework that made Bravely Default so interesting. It has the Brave in the default system. It has the same exact battle system. It has the same stuff where you're fast forwarding through battles. Apparently, you can, when you're now in this game, they added two different things where I haven't run into this because I played it for about an hour. Apparently, once you're super high leveled, you can just automatically win battles. So it's not like you're going into a battle, waiting for the whole thing to happen, picking all your stuff, and then you just, absolutely destroy all the enemies. It just says, hey, you ran into these enemies, you got a little bit of money and experience. Like, it's not even going to matter. The other thing that I thought that was interesting, and I ran into the demo, is you can, if you beat all of the enemies in one turn, basically you can double or nothing the rewards that you've got already. So it'll say like, hey, do you want to get more reinforcements? A little bit stronger enemies will come in. If you kill them in one turn, they'll do the same thing, and they'll keep sending more and more enemies as you keep saying, yes, I want to, and you'll increasing your rewards as you go through each one of these waves. The only thing is if you, so the whole thing with braving is basically you're attacking a whole bunch of, you're spending a whole bunch of attacks all at once, and then getting yourself into a deficit. So if you attack 4 times in one turn, you have to rest for 4 turns until you can attack again. Those points don't recharge between waves of enemies if you go for this one-turn enemy system. So it's kind of interesting because even if you're a little bit higher level than where you are, you can still make it challenging enough, and you can still get enough rewards out of that area and out of that system. It's nice to see a JRPG come out and play around with conventions a little bit, instead of being like, yeah, it's 4 guys on this side and it's 4 guys on this side, and you're gonna pick attack for a bunch, right? And you got magic, fire magic now. It's not it's not JRPG paint by numbers at all. Um, the only thing that's sort of weird about it is I talked about the demo for this game a couple weeks ago. Um, there's something that happens within an hour of Bravely Second that I feel, and I'm not, obviously not going to spoil it, but I feel it doesn't have the impact on the game if you didn't play the demo, which is really, really weird.
Okay.
Because through the demo, you spend about 4 to 5 hours with these party members, and then something happens at the beginning that I is strange. I don't think it would have the punch if you didn't spend those 4 or 5 hours with your party members in the demo. Which thankfully the demo is a different story than anything you'll run into in the main game, but it seemed like it happened very suddenly, and I think if you just picked up Bravely Second, it would just sort of be like, okay, I guess that's a thing that happened. Great, let's move on, I guess. So it's a little strange, but I'm hopeful that I get my party together pretty quickly because I don't like the main character. he's young and he is whiny, and I feel really no attachment to him at all.
So it's Shinji.
Yeah, yeah, but kind of younger and a little bit more courageous, I guess. I think it's just the weird thing about the Bravely Default and Bravely Second is that the voice acting quality is all over the place, and I'm not talking about how the voice actors themselves perform their job. I'm talking about how they compressed the voices to get onto a cart, because the majority of this game is voice acted. And there are some characters that sound like they maybe got recorded on a tin can and a string, and other characters that sound like they were in a professional sound booth.
Sounds like you should have called Pied Piper.
Yeah. So some of that is a
You'll
little...
get that joke soon.
Yeah. Some of that is a little weird, and I know they integrate some of the characters from the first game into your party and into the story, because it's only set... It's 2 or 2.5 years after the first game, so most of the stuff is still pretty much the same. Some of the characters from the first game aren't around because of the events from the first game, but I really want to run into those people because I liked those people better than any of the people that I'm running into in this game so far. But so far the game is buoyed by the battle system is really solid. I really wish they could have gotten the same composer for this game that they got for the first one. This person does a really great job, but the soundtrack in the first one was absolutely outstanding, and this one is, as crappy as it is to say, it's just really good. It's not, Bravely Default has one of my favorite soundtracks in RPGs of all time. Bravely Second has a really good soundtrack that's sort of like, yeah, but it's not Bravely Default, so,
So we're not gonna do that.
Yeah. But I'm hoping to spend a lot more time with that, with Bravely Second over this next week and kind of start sinking my teeth into it, and I'm hoping it's good. Bravely Default I really liked it, even though it was a really great first half and a really bad second half. I'm hoping that Bravely Second is a lot more even about its good and bad parts, though I have heard some stuff about the side quests that I don't believe that I've spoiled myself, but of the cliff notes that I've heard, I'm not really looking forward to that total BS. So I guess that's what this series is going to be. It's going to be like half of it is really good and half of it is just maybe some of the worst gameplay you've run into.
Oh no.
So I don't know. I'll check in next week, I guess. And that's all the games I've been playing, so let's take a break.
Right.
As Knobs just sent me an IM that's hopefully not private? Question mark?
Oh no,
Because
it's
it shows
the.
up on the... Oh, there we go. It shows up on the stream, so...
Oh, does it? Oh
Yeah.
no, it's not.
Yeah. Thankfully, it wasn't like, oh, I forgot to give you my address. Here it is. Well, it's on Twitch.
How have I not done that yet?
I don't know. It's incredible.
Or something horrible.
Let's
Like,
not jinx
oh, man.
ourselves. Oh, you needed the last 4 digits of my soch. Here you go.
Yeah, here you go. Bida-bup-bup.
Okay.
Oh, Zippy, such a good boy. So that is the company that is that show in Silicon Valley. I didn't know they had a website.
Oh, no.
Like it's like a legit website, like modern style.
Jeez.
I forget who that actor is, but he is great. They kept calling him the Kool-Aid as a nickname because he's like the Kool-Aid man, just busts into places and doesn't shut up.
Yeah. Let me search really quickly for highlights of this first news story.
Oh, let's
Excuse me.
I'm gonna open that one up. Want to try and sum that up?
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff in there, and there's a lot of good things, and there's a lot of bad things, and I want to make sure that we at least talk about it in some sort of balanced way.
Well, I heard that, and then I heard that this is the last PlayStation they were gonna make.
Yeah, I guess I think it was Shuhei Yoshida was on some podcast, and bless you.
Thanks.
And I think that the host said like, "Oh, something, something PS5," and he was like, "Oh, if we do one," but come on.
Oh, and then that gets blown out of proportion.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the exciting thing about every new console generation is sort of, are they going to do something? Is this one going to have a disk drive? Etc., etc. Okay, there's a good summary. Alright, I'm ready to start whenever you are. I kind of want to clip through the rest of this pretty quickly. I can go do my chores.
Alrighty. Minimize. Oh man, I'm surprised I'm not sweating through the shirt.
A little toasty in there.
It is warm. It is.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Alright. Alright, ready in 3. What just buzzed?
Merk.
Oh, that text came through like 10 minutes ago?
Technology.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna upgrade to the 2nd gen, but then I think the 3rd gen's on the wings, so I don't know
Yeah.
what to do.
I mean, do you get the 2nd gen that's already pretty solid and the firmware is good, or do you wait for the 3rd gen and try and get the one that may not work correctly?
The only problem other than it lost sync last week, so I had to, redo stuff all the time. I will dismiss this one. But yeah, so the way the band is attached to the back, like you see how it goes actually into the hosel?
Yeah.
Like into this thing? Well, when you're tightening it down, where's those cracks? Like it cracks.
Oh. Yipes.
Yeah, you see that right there.
Yeah.
Like right this area here.
That's no good.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't done. It's only cut me a few times. Like, I just cut a hair.
That's only drawn blood a couple times.
Yeah. But, I don't know. Like, I'm still really happy with it.
Yeah.
It's just, there's something newer and shinier out
The new
there.
hat came out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Boomer, come on, man. You're like the worst old hat. Yeah, you. Yeah. Alright. Come on. Come on, say hi. No, don't go under the armrest, you dumb dog.
I don't know why he keeps doing that. You're too big for that.
Above, up here. Come on. Come on up. Come on. No, and you go back under. Oh, you're dumb.
So cute, but so dumb.
What? 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 Where? Here, can we kiss? Come here. There you go. Here's a smart dog. Yeah.
I figured it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. You feel better? You feel better? Huh? You feel better? Hey. Sit. Good boy. Now all you need to do is stay. Sit.
I shall do the opposite.
Sit. Good boy. Alright, now settle down. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Alrighty. Let's get this rolling.
All right.
Alright, ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases this week for April 25th, 2016. Let me see. Wow. Are my eyes getting this bad? Alright. Stranger of Sword City for the PlayStation Vita.
Some sort of strategy RPG. It's on the Vita, so notable.
Yeah, like I just really had to do like the distance correction.
The distance and the squinting.
That really just happened. I'm just gonna bring out my old little cheaters.
Yeah.
Sega 3D Classic Collection for the thirds. Really?
Yeah, that's kind of a lot of classic Sega, like old school Sega games, like Power Drift, Fantasy Zone 2, the first Sonic game, Altered Beast, Thunderblade,
Oh my god, Thunderblade. I loved Thunderblade as a kid.
Galaxy Force 2.
Are they doing Zaxxon 3D? What about Maze Runner?
I think
Maze Hunter.
Zaxxon 3D is out digitally, but I think this is just like the first volume of, hey, here's like 10 games. We're just going to put them in a box and ship them.
Nice. Alright.
Yeah.
Severed for the PlayStation Vita.
This is the new game from the Guacamelee team.
Yeah.
So it looks like a thing that I haven't figured out what it is yet.
Well, if it's a platform Metrovania, I'm in.
It's not. I
Then
don't
I'm
know
out.
what it is. It's supposed to be good, but yeah, no Metrovania.
And then back in 1995 for the personal computer.
That someone made a 3D survival horror game that looks like it came out on the PS1 in 1995.
Great. That sounds like awesome.
It's supposedly actually really good.
Really?
Yeah, but I guess it does write graphically, but doesn't. It's not like a tank control. It's not like Resident Evil 1. It sort of modernizes some of that stuff.
All right. Oh, and also Deadpool comes out digitally on April 26th.
There you go. Go pick that up. All right, let's move on to this grab bag of news stories we have this week. Giant Bomb was reporting that they got some firm details about the PS4K, which I guess now is codenamed Neo. Which, yeah, internally referred to as the Neo. So, I mean, let's find a better name for that. So more
Like Katana. Do Katana.
Yeah, no one's ever
Can't
done
go
that.
wrong with a sword.
Project Dream.
Dolphin.
Yeah, Dolphin. So looks like the CPU is the same amount of cores, just each core is a little bit faster. The GPU is basically the same thing, just a little bit improved and twice the number of cores. In memory, the same amount, just a little bit faster memory. So it's
So they just play with the architecture then.
yeah, it's basically the same architecture, but they're kind of turning up the dial on all this stuff.
Probably fatten the pipes up a little bit too.
Yeah, everybody loves fatter pipes in your console.
I do like fat pipes. What's up?
So I guess the big thing that they're trying to do is they're trying to have the PlayStation 4 and the 4K, because I'm not going to call it Neo, live side by side at the same time.
I don't see how that's gonna work.
Basically, they're saying like, hey, if you want something a little bit tweaked, then you can go buy the 4K. All the network will be the same, the games will be the same. You can chat between people on all these different platforms.
Does it cost the same?
No, the rumor is that the price of the 4K when it comes out will be the price of the PS4 when it launched. So was that 400?
No. Then what are they? Did they learn nothing from the Wii and Wii U? Like
Apparently not.
this.
The strange thing about this is, if this is to be believed, then every PS4 game has to have two modes that it's going to require to be shipped with. One is a base mode, which is that's just the game. You pop it in PS4 or a 4K and it just works. Or you'll have a Neo mode, which is basically that game on the new console, where, you know, if it's running at 30 frames on the PS4, it's 60 frames on the Neo. If it's, you know, certain 900p on the PS4, it's 1080p on the Neo. You know, it's everything is just turned up a little bit. This sounds crazy.
It sounds horrible. It sounds like a horrible idea.
And I don't understand why you wouldn't just replace. I don't understand why you wouldn't. The interesting thing is that they're saying that no games, unless, I don't believe them. Just to put this out front, no games can be Neo only, and no games can require you to. You can only play it on Neo, or people that are playing it on the 4K can only can't talk to anybody or play in it with anybody on the PS4, like the old PS4. I don't believe that for a minute.
I don't see anyone buying this other than just people that just need the new hotness.
Well, and the thing is like, why not?
You're just fleecing your core audience again.
Well, why not just make this the PS4 Slim and say, when we did this, games load faster, they can look a little bit better. I mean, I don't understand. Is it a marketing thing to have a different... I don't understand why you wouldn't phase out the old one, unless you want to paint yourself into the same corner that Microsoft did last gen with, all right, we have all these different 360s, but this one doesn't come with a hard drive, so you gotta buy that separate, but it's cheap. Well, this one comes with, and that one over here, this one comes... That caused so many problems.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would want to get yourself in that same position of... Because right now, when you get a PS4, you either get the console, or you get a bundle that has a game and some stuff with it, and probably a larger hard drive. That's it. Those are your choices. And the bundles, there's usually only maybe one bundle at a time. So why would you do this to yourself?
I don't know. I mean, what does it tell? What does that show to people that bought everything? I mean, everyone that bought one day one at the
Like me.
market price.
Right.
That now this one is just slightly better. Like, it doesn't seem like a huge jump in improvement or performance, really.
And the other thing too is like, the only thing that they haven't really addressed in these leaks is there doesn't seem to be any PSVR performance increase between the 4 and the 4K. So why are you doing it?
Why wouldn't that hardware be bundled in the box, like in the actual set-top box for
Right.
the VR? Then you have a marketable asset.
Yeah, you have that external box, that processing box that you would then put into the PS4K and then have, like the Xbox One does, it has multiple ports in the back, HDMI in, HDMI out. It sounds like the PSVR will need one to the TV and one to the headset. Just build that in.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This sounds like a thing that Sony would do because it's crazy enough. And I don't... At face value, it does not seem like a good value. And
No.
It does not seem like a solid proposition. If they can come out and say, all right, you can... Here, side by side, we'll show you this game. Let's say... GTA 5. Let's say the GTA 5 that came out, it's 1080p 30 frames, and it's teetering over there. 1080p 30 frames, but if you play it on the 4K or the Neo, it's 1080p 60 frames. I think for some people that might be a solid selling point. You might be able to say, like, okay, you get these games, it's maybe not, you can still play them on your PS4, but it's clearly there's a better value, there's a better performance over here on the 4K than anything else, but it doesn't seem like the specs are really there to make it, that much better.
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't see. I don't see the value even on a marketing aspect. Those are just. Not everyone is going to have producing a huge image that you're really going to notice the difference between the two, unless you're crazy. I'm not saying to a point that you're like that is your focus. You're an audiophile. You need to know exactly what this is pointing out at every second that you're viewing.
Yeah. And
Joe Consumer isn't concerned with that. Does it look pretty? Yes. Done.
Does it look better than the last games I played on your 360? PS4 looks better than 360. Xbox One looks better than PS3. This gen looks better than the last gen. And
yes.
There's nowhere in these leaks that we're even talking about any of requirements for having 4K games.
But you could sit there and you could explain that to someone, and they're like, I don't see the difference.
Right. Like John Q. Street Fighter fan walking into Best Buy and seeing, here's a PS4 for $300, here's a PS4K for $400. I don't care. I want to get
Sony's.
$300.
I think Sony's hedging their bets on media again.
Yeah,
that it can play a 4K DVD.
Yeah, but I mean,
games.
For nowadays, do people really care? Are people buying a lot of 4K Blu-rays yet?
I'm not. I don't have anything to play it on, nor do I have anything to produce that image to the size that I want.
Right.
For a reasonable amount of money.
Right. Yeah, without buying like a $20,000 projector.
Yeah, I don't need that. Well, I want that.
Well,
I don't need that.
I mean, we all want it, but I mean...
Right.
I don't know. This just sounds like... This comes on the heels of...
How much is a 4K projector?
This comes on the heels of Microsoft poo-pooing the Xbox 1.5 and saying, like, no, that doesn't sound like a good value for the consumer. And then for everything that is getting leaked, and of course it's not something that Sony is even commenting on. If anything, we would see it at E3. This seems to fly in the face of everything that went right last gen. Because everything that happened last gen was we have smaller and smaller consoles that get more and more storage space over time. But never really increased specs over time. So, I don't know. I would like them...
It's only 5,000?
Jeez. I'd like to see if they come out at E3 what their sales pitch is. At the very least to the hardcore core gamers. How do you sell another PS4 2 years in?
Sorry, I just went because I am done with lamps. I just put in 4K 4K LED lamp source. Just take a guess at what the cheapest model is.
For a lamp?
Yes. No, for a lamp that produces 4K.
I'd say it's at least 1,000.
No, I'm talking about the whole projector thing.
Oh, the whole projector?
Yes.
The cheapest is probably 10K.
You're off by a digit.
Wow.
$150,000.
I mean, at that point, just open a movie theater.
I could buy a house for that. A nice house.
I could buy a fraction of a house here. All right, let's move on to our next news story. Mirror's Edge Catalyst release date pushed back 2 weeks to June 7th.
What is that, like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
So what?
2 weeks.
Oh.
That's okay. You're still thinking about $150,000.
I am.
Yeah. Was that 150 weeks?
I'm seeing the like numbers are popping up.
Yeah. Apparently, the feedback from the beta was so strong that they delayed it 2 weeks to address a lot of the feedback that they got. It sounds like the thing that people were complaining the most about Catalyst was, hey, why are basic moves locked in the skill tree farther down than they should?
I can't do you. I never understood that. The cool stuff. I understand that stuff being behind a lock tree,
Yeah,
but to do the things I want to do should be basic.
yeah. And it sounded
Are
like
they Are they locked movements in
I
that?
couldn't tell. I kept trying to like everybody online was complaining about like, oh my god, basic movements are behind a tree. But then when I would try and figure out like what is it like vaulting over an AC unit, like what are we talking about? I couldn't really find any specifics.
Like the triangle jump is locked.
Yeah, I mean
Double triangle jump.
it
Like,
sounded like that, but who really knows? And I don't know. I think the disconnect is there wasn't a skill tree in the first game, so you just got all of the movements right out of the gate, and that was kind of everything you got throughout the entire game. And now some of that stuff is locked behind skill trees, which might not be bad depending on how they're designing how that game flows. You know,
right.
I don't really know.
What's the? I mean, we don't know the unlock rate either.
Exactly. All I know is it's kind of an open world, and it's another Mirror's Edge game. So that sounds okay, you know?
Bet it looks clean.
Yeah. Looks so clean. Next news story here. Amazon in the UK and the US are now selling certain games exclusively to Amazon Prime members.
That's weird.
Yeah, so Amazon was starting to get some really solid Prime benefits for people that buy video games. So if you pre-order a video game, you get 20% off, just right off the top of the bat. Unfortunately, they hadn't done any Gamers Club Unlimited stuff where you're getting points and you're getting coupons and stuff.
Yeah.
That would be really nice, Amazon. So it was easy to say, you know, you didn't have to go to Best Buy to pre-order your games just to get that 20% off. You just do that from Amazon now, and it'll just show up day and date. But now, you try and go buy GTA 5 for PS4, and you're not a Prime member, it says, sign up for Prime, or buy it from a third-party person.
Oh, that is so wrong.
Yeah, and
Oh.
I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and saying like, okay, maybe this was a bug. You know, Amazon is a giant site. Wires get crossed all the time, etc., etc. In an email to Polygon, an Amazon representative wrote, quote, from time to time, Amazon offers exclusive selection and pricing on select items for Prime members. Customers who are not Prime members can sign up for 30-day blah, 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 or they can purchase these items or similar products from third-party sellers, often fulfilled and shipped by Amazon, end quote. So it's basically like, yeah, we did that, so buy Prime.
Yeah, so it sounds like that's a ploy to bolster their Prime numbers, really.
Right. But instead, I could just buy from GameStop's site, like I bought this Bravely Second thing, because Amazon cannot ship...
What, that piece of wood back there?
Yes, these giant pieces of wood. So
My Bravely Second stick.
Amazon cannot ship me a collector's edition of anything without absolutely destroying it. GameStop, however, can ship something in a box and actually manage to protect it. Weird. What a weird turnabout this is.
It is a weird chain of events.
Amazon.
Well, that's why I like going to buying stuff in store. I can actually see it, hold it. Okay, this is in good shape. I'll buy this.
Yeah. And the only bad part is...
Because I'm old and I need to adjust my sight line.
the only bad part is like collector's edition stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where a lot of the RPG collector's editions are legitimately like, if you didn't pre-order it, we made 1,000 of those, or we made only the number for pre-orders, so they don't exist anymore.
Or everything's going to start coming in a hard case, like the Pip-Boy.
Great, I'll take that. That thing managed to make it here from Amazon without an issue, so I like it. Next news story, Sega is adding Steam Workshop mod support to their old Genesis games. That is so crazy that I can't help but love Sega right now.
That might be the best thing they've done in probably a decade.
And on top of that, they are also launching this 90s bedroom experience for the games that you have. It looks like an old Genesis magazine ad where it's basically like your crappy tube TV with like the VHS player in it, and the
Oh
Genesis is
no.
below it. Your collection of boxes are on the side. Some 80s posters are up on the wall. It looks really good. It's unfortunate that we don't quite yet know what that entails. They haven't said like, oh, you can do ROM hacks or oh, you can do sprite transformations or stuff like that. But at the very least, they're opening the door a little bit to do some fun stuff with old games.
I love the grid lines are back.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so cool.
It looks. I really hope that they allow people to do some fun stuff because at this point, who cares about really protecting how Toe Jam and Earl looks? Let somebody do some crazy ROM hack about it. Have somebody make it into a Rick and Morty game. Why not?
How awesome would that be? Oh man.
There's your free idea, Sega. Rick and Morty and the Planet Funkatron.
Rick and Morty on Funkatron,
Yeah.
the new roguelike.
Yeah. Quick news story. Sony is looking to put two-factor authentication onto the PlayStation Network here pretty soon. Thankfully, they have, since Microsoft had that in 2013. That's basic security stuff nowadays.
Yep.
You shouldn't be launching stuff without two-factor auth. Just flat out. Speaking of Microsoft, a little bit of sad news here. 11 years later, Microsoft is stopping production of the Xbox 360.
I didn't know that was still going on.
And for them, I am sure it is not a moment too soon. I am sure they are ready to say, that was a very well-selling console that had absolutely no problems throughout its 11 years. Buy an Xbox One.
Yep.
You can buy those games digitally and play them backwards compatible. It launched on November 22nd, 2005. And now here, almost 11 years later, one of the best-selling consoles is now going away.
That's a pretty good run.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of... So, the thing that... It's for people that maybe haven't gone through a console being discontinued before, they're still going to sell them until the stock is gone. Mm-hmm. So they're not pulling them off the shelf. It's nothing like that, but...
They're not going to bury them in a landfill.
Yeah, nothing weird like
There's
that.
not going to be a documentary on unearthing them.
Yeah, Major Nelson isn't going to go out to the desert. But as of right now, no more consoles being actually manufactured. So if you want a brand new Xbox 360 for some reason, now, literally right now is the time. Go out, listen to this while you're driving to Best Buy to pick up a 360. And in other rest in peace news, rest in peace Gamefront, which used to be called Filefront.
Oh my gosh, I remember Filefront.
Founded in 1999, is now going to be shuttered at the end of this month, which is kind of sad because hopefully everybody can come together and download everything from that site, because they're just getting rid of all those files. And they have, what was that, 20-something years of history here? That all that stuff can potentially go away, and they've never really gotten rid of anything. So if you want to get some sort of PC demo from 2002, that stuff is gonna still be there. That's real sad. I think with game trailers having gone away and GameSpy is no longer around, and all those files that we really relied on to get a lot of game demos from back in the day are just gone.
I can't believe Game Copy World is still up.
What is that?
We'll talk.
Okay. Last news story. GameStop now plans to stock at least 5 different VR headsets. I think we have been...
Who's the 5th?
Oh, you don't know about Merge VR, the smartphone VR headset?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I don't either. I think we've been talking. Well, we have been talking a lot lately about VR headsets and how do we get VR into the hands of a lot of people. GameStop is very clearly going to be the best way for that to happen. So I think that's probably going to be um, a pretty important for John Q, Street Fighter fan. That's going to be their entry point. That or Best Buy or Walmart. They're saying that in hundreds of its retail stores, they're going to have a VR section that will feature at least 5 of those headsets. So I think that's going to be pretty important for, as much as we rag on GameStop a lot, they're important for the general populace to get hands, or us as well, to get hands on a VR headset. And I hope that they can present that stuff really well, because if a lot of people can get a good experience in it, it might have a chance of really taking off. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I don't know. I'm banging around the idea of building a PC to play with one. So
Yeah. All right, let's move on to tweets. Adderblack39 writes in, did you ever play a game that you were enjoying every minute, only for it to be ruined by a bad level design, boss battle glitch, etc.? Mine was Batman Arkham Origins, having a ball until my save corrupted, never went back. Quantum Breaks and boss battle was terrible too.
forgot I played Bad Dudes this weekend.
Played Bad Dudes?
Played Bad Dudes.
What a blast from the past.
Over at my friend, he has a little arcade in his basement, and I just saw Bad Dudes. I was like, we have to play Bad Dudes.
Yeah. How can you pass that up?
Okay, so back to the question. Yes, why can't I kick the dogs in Bad Dudes? Like,
Why would you want to do a thing like that?
Because they're coming at me, man.
That's true. They attacked first.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
I got to see President Reagan, too. It was kind of fun.
Yeah. I would say, I think the classic example is BioShock. That game is really great until the turning point of that story, which, again, we won't spoil in case you haven't played it. Nice. And then it kind of goes on the downslope for a while, and that final boss battle is really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that almost sucks you right out of the game.
Yeah.
After it hits such a crescendo when you meet Andrew Ryan.
Yeah. What else? I think you could also say Batman Arkham Asylum didn't have a great boss battle either. I don't know if that destroyed that game, but it wasn't really that good.
Yeah, what, the Super Joker?
Yeah.
At the end? Yeah, that kind of felt a little... Oh,
I felt a little bit like,
okay.
oh, that's the only way you could go with that, I guess.
Oh, what was it? Let's see, I think the end of Shinobi throws some weird game mechanics at you towards the end.
There's a lot of like 8 and 16-bit games where you're like, all right, let's go fight the final boss. Whoops, that credits. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that wasn't. I just fought a normal dude and the game is over. All right.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I guess a few of the levels in Sonic kind of pulled me out. Like the ones where you're being chased and the levels
Yeah.
blown up behind you. Especially in Sonic CD, where the first time you run against Metal Sonic.
Yeah. Where it's sort of like, this is not great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great game, though.
Yeah, great game. I can't think of anything else that really you play it and absolutely sours you on it. The
Oh,
only
man.
other-
Altered Beast was another one.
Yeah.
Every level was a different beast that you turned into, and every one of them played different.
Yeah. The only other game I can think of is the second Kane and Lynch game. That game was only about 4 hours long, but the game itself wasn't strong enough for to be upset about the abrupt ending. It was sort of like, okay, fine. That's fine. That's what this game is. Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of all I can think. All right, we have a lot of emails here, but I'm kind of out of time. So we're going to wrap up the episode here, and we'll save all that stuff for next week.
All right.
Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, go visit us on tvgp.tv. Email us tvgpfans@gmail.com. Tweet us at tvgp. Everything else is on the right-hand side of the page.
And don't forget to join the forums. Please mark yourselves on the map. Join us for our week of game nights. Monday night is Left 4 Dead 2 on the Xbox One, backwards compat. 10 p.m. EST or Battlefield. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Who knows? Show up.
Make your case. Yeah.
Hop into a party. We're not shy. So
Yeah.
we're all here to have fun.
And,
Tuesday nights.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I thought you were done. Sorry. You're good.
All right. Tuesday night is Destiny. Wednesday night is Rocket League on a PlayStation 4. I believe both of those are at 10 p.m. EST. And Thursday is Steam game night. Still kind of fishing for a game that we could all play together. And Friday through Sunday is, hey, we're online. Like I said, Friday night free-for-all.
Yeah. And don't forget, this month's game club game is Spec Ops The Line. Still have, I think, like 3 weeks to play that one. And don't forget to watch the show live, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network or youtube.com/thatvideogamepodcast. We'll see you all next week.
Laters.
I have 3 titles. Dimebag. So Dimebag has They're Coming At Me Man and I Scream Like a Little Girl.
I did. Everyone laughed at me.
all the stars come out to play, and 2 ones I really like. What's in that corner? Zombies. And Battleborn Boulevard.
What about I Met Reagan?
That's true. I like Battleborn Boulevard.
Battleborn Boulevard.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll circle that.
They're coming at me, man.
Yeah. Coming at me, man.
Coming out of the trees, man. Those Keebler elves are wily.
Yeah. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 444 for April 25th, 2016. Battleborn Boulevard.
Right up your alley.
How rude.
Put it on the box.
All right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week. Peace.
See ya.